Welcome. This is a tutorial on the Youth Service website, and we use the Youth Service website to collect data from your 21st Century CCLC programs, and this data is collected and then put on the APR report that we have to annually report for each of our programs. So to get started with this program, first of all, you'll want to go to the website, which is up here in the bar, in the URL bar. It's services.net. And once you get onto the page, you are going to want to log in, which is in the top right-hand corner, login. And each of you are going to have a separate username or password. You will want to fill that out, and then click on Enter System. Now, my page is going to look slightly different than your page. I have an administrative page for the NCEC sites, so all the sites are listed on mine. Yours, however, if you were to go into your site, will be listed as this one here, NCEC, and then your school's name. So for this tutorial, I'm going to use the Velva site. So what you want to do is you enter into the home page. To change any information on that home page, you would go to the Edit button and click on it, and you will come to this page. Now you will notice that there are two red bars on this page. This is very important information, not only for this, but for the tutorials later on. Anything between those two red lines is must-have information. It must be filled out because this information is needed specifically for the APR report. So, to start with, the first bar that you'll see is the status of the school. Now, Velva School we have as an active school. If it was an inactive school, we would check it off as inactive. The next bar you'll notice is the partner organization type. Now, all the NCEC sites are located in schools. However, there are many 21st Century CCLC programs that are run through different centers. So you'll see all the different types of centers that it could be ran through, but we run it through the school, and so we will have school on the bar. The next part is receiving grants funds for its contribution. And yes, Velva School, along with all the other NCEC schools, are receiving grant funds, so you would want to check that off. Now the next portion on here, the type of contributions, would be how your school contributes to the 21st Century CCLC programs. So the first box that you'll notice is programming and activity-related services. Well, all of your schools, including Velva School, supply the school to run the center through. So you would want to check that off. Now, the schools also give goods and materials such as paper, crayons, glue, any type of material that would be the school's, envelopes, letterhead. You would want to check that off. Volunteering staff. This would be any type of staff that works at the school during the day who is volunteering afterwards to help you, or before, to help you in the 21st Century CCLC programs. Now the paid staffing would be staff from the school who the school pays to be part of the 21st Century CCLC programs. So their wages would be coming from the school versus coming from the grant. Evaluation services would be your superintendent, principals, teachers, anyone who would help you evaluate the program, tell you things that are going great with the programs or things that you may need to change with the programs. Fundraising funds. This would be if your school accepts donations from the community or from people within the school for the CCLC programs. In-kind donations would be if your school contributes things such as snack, where the school is paying for the snack, but they're providing it for the after-school program. Technical assistance would be anything from the computer techs within your building who are helping you with things with the after-school program or even with this database, or say a drama person in your school who would help you run video cameras for something. Anything along those lines would fit into technical assistance. Setting goals and objectives. If you have people within the school who are helping the 21st century CCLC programs set their goals and objectives and try and reach those goals and objectives, that would be checked off. Shared techniques for conducting activities. If you have teachers or administrators who are sharing ideas or saying, you know, I think you should try this, I think it'd be great, you would check that off. And then the other category is basically anything that might not fit into the prior categories, but would still be considered a contribution from your school. So those are the required fields, once again, that you must have filled out. Now, underneath the required fields are some other fields that I would highly recommend filling out. And the one that I would certainly recommend the most to be filled out is the contact information. Because a lot of times we're not in the office and we need your contact information, and this just is a very easy way for us to access your information quickly off this website. So you'll definitely want to fill out that contact information part. Now the above part, the agency categories, if you have agencies who are helping out with your program, it's really quite easy to click on those boxes, and although the information isn't necessarily from this portion of this website used for the APR report, this is information that is being looked at. So if this data is easy for us to just grab, it's much easier than going into other areas and trying to figure out exactly what the agencies are that help you within your program. And then at the bottom of the page, if your school feels that this is very important information to provide, you certainly can, but once again, it's not anything that we have to have filled out. Now, once you have your information filled up, you will want to go back to the top of the screen and you will see that there are 3 buttons here. You would want to save your information. So you will click on the Save Information button. Alright, and there your information is saved. Now, this concludes the tutorial on the home page and getting started with youth services. Please go back now and listen to the next tutorial, which will be working on the utilities button.